Meat and 3 veg, the classic weekday meal is back and better than ever with mouth-watering steak and tender vegetables with a lamb sauce so good that it will have your family and friends screaming,
"Where's the lamb sauce?"
Right here, Chef.
Lamb sauce is coming up.
He's got budget meals for families, delicious new recipes. Bring your friends over, let's make it and share. It's Nicko's kitchen where satisfying meals are prepared.
So first we're going to start on the potatoes. Nothing fancy here, just peeled potatoes, and I've peeled them with a flat surface on the bottom so they sit nicely on the plate at the end. All I'm going to do is season with salt, pour over some hot homemade chicken stock, and don't worry, the salt washes off because we're seasoning both the stock and the potato, and then salt the potatoes again before placing them into a 200 degrees C oven or 400 Fahrenheit oven, and these will need to cook for 35 to 40 minutes, while every 10 minutes turn them and baste them in the oven. Next up, our asparagus, which I'm going to roll in this beautiful prosciutto. Now, prosciutto is an Italian dry cured ham which needs cooking, and the flavour is just out of this world. Because I'm using lamb, I want a herb that goes really well, so I'm using mint, just roughly chopped and scattered on the ham, and then simply just roll up the prosciutto around the asparagus spears and set aside. Now for the lamb sauce. Into a saucepan over a medium heat, I'm adding in some duck fat. Now the duck fat really gives the sauce a richness like no other, but if you can't get any, just use olive oil. Next, add in your diced onions, fresh rosemary, which again goes amazingly well with the lamb, and now just stir and cook the onions without colouring them so it releases their natural sweetness. Add in some bay leaves, salt, and finally the chicken stock. Now, I'll leave a link to my homemade chicken stock. This is the real secret to this dish. Nothing beats homemade stock, and it's very easy to make and keep on hand. Now you want to reduce this down by half, which will take around 15 to 20 minutes over a medium heat. Keep stirring it occasionally and make sure it doesn't boil. And just another gentle reminder to check in on your potatoes as well. Turn them, hit them with some of that duck fat, and you will give a whole other meaning to flavour with these bad boys. Now into a non-stick pan over a medium heat, hit it with olive oil and place down the asparagus. About 1 minute in, place in some unsalted butter, let it foam, and then baste those spears. Turn them and cook them for around 2 to 3 minutes. The asparagus should still be firm and the prosciutto nice and crispy. Take them out, leave them aside in a warm spot, and cook your Dutch or baby carrots in the same oil and butter. Add some more chicken stock to deglaze the pan, and the carrots will only need around 5 minutes to get tender. Once the carrots are done, place the liquid from the pan into the reduced lamb sauce and reduce that down as well. Finally, our lamb steaks. If you can't get lamb, you can swap it out for beef or chicken and use the same method. Season the steaks with salt and pepper, place them into an oiled pan on high and sear. Season the other side, flip the steaks, and these only need 2 to 3 minutes each side for medium rare with the lamb. You want a nice crust on the lamb as well. Without it, the steaks just don't have that bold flavour. Add some cubes of butter to the pan along with some fresh rosemary and baste the steaks with the butter when it starts to foam. Hit it with a drizzle of olive oil and leave them to rest for 3 to 4 minutes. And while the lamb is resting, pour in all those pan juices into the sauce as well and stir. At this point, I place in a small knob of butter into the sauce at the last minute just to give it a nice glossy look. So all 4 elements are ready to go, and all I have to do now is strain my sauce through this muslin cloth into a jug so I get a nice smooth sauce with a flavour that is out of this world. To plate up, really simple. Slice the lamb steaks, fan them out on the plate, place your carrots around and set the asparagus spears on top of them. Place down the potatoes and spoon over that gorgeous sauce over the lamb and around the plate. The vegetables are just so tender with that pink, juicy lamb. This dinner is perfect for midweek when you want to cook for those special people in your life.